Alright, what's good? What's going on, everybody? Look, finally got my live stream to work. I don't know what's going on with it, so stay tuned in for some more videos coming in real soon. I'm about to drop a whole bunch. You know how I do. If you staying up to date with the channel, or if you just look at the upload dates, upload a lot real quick, another week or so. But it's not what you came here for. You came here for a DCUO loadout, right? Right now I'm nature. I will be switching to water. Um, literally have power switcher here, so I will be switching real soon. Excuse my mess of inventory. Um, About to reorganize it, things like that. As you see, I got some Gotham Knight and mostly Elemental Android. Me, I always buy the most. I didn't buy a weapon, and normally that would be one of the things I get first. It would be the weapon, and then from there everything else. But I didn't know what I want to do. Shield, because technically with shield you can do a square, like your melee button, you tap hold and just keep tap hold, tap hold, tap hold. Keep comboing to different stuff. Um, I don't know if I want to stay martial arts, go one-handed rifle. Don't know yet, so
You
I guess
got it
stay tuned to
working
find out.
now?
Yeah, I don't know how, bro. I just tried it and it worked. So I'm gonna post up this and go on outright and post my loadout again. But this is the stuff that I use. If I'm dueling. Uh, Red Lanterns used to be the best. I will use the trench creatures now for the backup, the henchmen, but I don't have them on me. They're in my bank, so excuse that. OMAC Trinket, you can get it from the vault. Very powerful, increase your toughness and health and stuff like that. So PvP. Get you a buff trinket, get you something to break out, but you're gonna need that for PvP, like the arenas and stuff too that you queue up for as well. But if you are dueling, do not use this because it doesn't work out here as you see. I'm spamming X right now and it doesn't work. So if you are dueling, hey, throwing supply drop, throwing a boo, any of them, especially the ones that give you a shield, like I think it's Miss Boo, that give you a shield. Yes, oh, it's Boo Junior. Do Boo Junior. He gives you a shield, but there's no mods, so it's nothing like that. Transformation card, strategy card, and Demon Fang. I need to level up, of course, but Demon Fang gives you precision and rest though. Since I'm a healer and DPS, that helps me out. But this is heal loadout, okay? Um, Savage growth is decent. It just goes really slow, and a lot of times when you are needing to heal in PvP, so there's that. This, as it says, it spreads and refreshes the pheromones of allies. So you can basically use this over to rejuvenate and re-kickstart this whole one because since it costs more, you don't want to use it as much. So keep this going, which then allows you to use your priority heal here to make it stronger. But you try to generally go with low power cost power, especially in the arenas, because power is kind of hard to come by or hard to keep up with per se, because you're breaking out a lot, things of that nature. Um, but metabolism, we're gonna use some flourish, blossom, we're gonna use carnage, storm shield, and metabolic boost for super speed users. Okay, if you're not super speed, gadgets, I mean not gadgets, acrobatics, flight, skimming, anything like that, go ahead and throw on the Hardlight Shield here. Or if you don't like using supercharge in your loadout, throw on the Hardlight Shield here. I do because, especially in the arenas, whether it be a 2v2, 1v1, whatever, supercharge can be the wild card in a sense. So it's great to use, great to utilize. Since you use a low supercharge cost, you're able to actually use it quite a bit. Similar to if you were just running a raid or alert. So um, yeah, I like to use me- metabolic boost because as I see, it frees you from control effects, so you're not sitting here getting stunned and all that. Breaks you free of that, so it's like a free little breakout trinket. And it restores health to you over time, so that's good on both parts. If you don't want to use that, um, you can use pheromone bloom. Pheromone bloom. I mean, it's a good. It does great damage up close and a good heal to yourself as well. It does a heal over time. but only heals you. Speed Dream's pretty decent. Slows their movement, so I guess that can be more beneficial. I personally like Pheromone Bloom because my testing, it overall does more damage, more like 9 times out of 10 in my own personal testing. But a lot of people like Speed Dream because it technically has the potential and occasionally does do more damage than Pheromone Bloom. Um, Dash Attack is a good one. Dash Attack is super speed specific, but in your um, what's it called your movement mode, you all have supercharges. Just pick a low supercharge, 2,500 cost for anything. It's pretty much what you want to go for. Um, I would not recommend anything 100, so nothing like this. But if you want to go like a 5,000, I guess I would not recommend it once again. But if you do, hey, go ahead. Basically, do you, man? Do you? But yeah. So this is my nature loadout. I will be going back through, like I said earlier, all the different videos and going through each power, healer powers at least, to do PvP and dueling. This is a damage one. I keep mine on the same, just one, save armories, two. I don't really spec differently because I have enough skill points to spec um, everything. But I will get to skill points in a sec. That's the heal loadout. Damage loadout, we're going to do Serpent Call because supercharge generator. So it's on 200 power cost. So that's good. Voracious Plants, 100 power cost, and it hits very hard for its power cost. Not as hard as say Tesla Blast from electricity, but Tesla Blast is also a single target move. This hits AoE, and it's a little damage over time after fact too, which is also good. Um, we definitely want to get our poison inner powder action going first, then hit this to do more damage as it says here. Savage Growth is a great, phenomenal AoE up close melee range move. It's a good single target. If you check out my loadout, I use for single target as well. It hits on the PvE side. For me, I'm low on the CR. I think I'm like 331. So technically, I'm still in the previous DLC, not this current one. Numbers and stuff, and I'm hitting 70,000. That's very high for a move that costs this amount. You know what I mean? So we're definitely gonna use it here. Vortex Trap, I would highly recommend. If you're super speed, utilize this. You can't interrupt it, you can't block it. It just constantly hits hard. Now it does hit lower than Whirlwind Durst, but as you see, this move here is vulnerable block. So we're gonna use this here, and also use this in my damage guy loadouts. On the PvE side, it does hit fairly hard. It can, on the PvE side, it can hit 80s, 90 on average. Sometimes a lot more. Sometimes the lowest I think I've seen it hit for is like 65,000 when all the ticks have hit, or the ticks I let hit, because I normally let it go for like 4 seconds. But yeah, pretty hard hitting move. Hardlight Shield, because we need our shield. If you don't want to use Hardlight Shield, you can use Swarm Shield. Either one, it's up to you. Sometimes Swarm Shield is better to use because it's usable by control. So if you're getting, like if you're low on power, you're not able to break out of something, or you're trying to hurry up and avoid certain damage because your character getting flung around, go ahead and use Swarm Shield. It would be the better bet. But Hardlight Shield it absorbs 100% of damage. Has a very high shield multiplier upon it. It's a very good shield all around, and it's available to everybody in your conic tree, which we'll get to. Carnage is a precision buff. Not much I can say about that. Increase damage your weapon is good. So you would pop these two back to back. If you're trying to clip, I would say like clip Serpent Call and the shield, and then clip Savage Growth and Carnage. Okay. So you go like, oh, real quick, and then you'll continue on. But anyways, okay, to the weapon, I spec my weapon. I do spec Weapon Mastery fully out, because you never know, PvP can change. You might want to hit somebody with something that you're not used to using, or they're not used to seeing. So, I only spec for my weapon that I'm using. Bow is my first weapon, that's why I stepped back in there. Pistol is needed for the weapon mastery. Hand blast weapon mastery. As you see, nothing else. Super speed and movement. You of course want to get your super fast version of it. That's what I call it at least. Vortex tracks, we're gonna use it. Tornado pull hits very hard, single target move. So I would say definitely if you want to switch things up, or say you're hitting from a distance, or you're kiting somebody, whatever the case may be, use tornado pull. You throw it in your loadout real quick. Dash attack. This is just stuff that I just grab real quick. In case the situation arises, so I want to use it. You never know. Okay, it's PvP now. We dealing with it. Get it all your breakout masters. I would encourage you to get them because it makes it a little bit easier for you to break out. Gives you a little bit more power in the heat of battle, especially if you're low. It's always good to have. This I spec crazy, so don't mind me. I recommend you get super strength, pheromone bloom, hardlight shield, maybe robot sidekick because it actually does scale and hit pretty hard in the arenas as well. That's something you can utilize if you don't want to say use the carnage or something like that. Okay. Or if you don't want to use a shield at all, go ahead and use Robot Sidekick as well. It's a pretty good move. Mesmerine Lasso, it's a good single target move. It hits about like 4 times. Sonic Cry is a good thing to stun enemies around you. It don't hit as hard as Savage Growth. Like, it hits 2/3 of what Savage Growth can basically hit. Make it a long story short. Neo Venom Boost, now if you want to, hit hard in PvP, hey, go ahead and use it. If you want to, like me, I like to be very all around, if you will. So if I'm in healer role, I might throw a word of power on. Make sure my teammates are getting power over time, heals over time. We're getting shields, putting out damage. Just all in one, all roles right here, okay? Spec. I would recommend you go super fast spec no matter what you're doing. If not, I guess hybrid, but you definitely want to utilize your weapon a lot because you won't have the innate 25% power regeneration, which is very beneficial. Now me, since I'm healer, get all your crits and your magnitudes, damage, stuff like that. Then down here, with any of the things that you want to spec into, highly recommend you do mind power because more power. Especially doing PvP. You run out of power very quickly. I haven't said that enough. Basically, you only want to do 100 because the one guy you can search it up, how to spec PvP. He did a video probably a couple years ago now. But basically, how DCUO buffs PvP and players when they're in PvP, you only want to do about 100 in each thing. Don't do 100 to 1 or anything like that because it will basically. If I was to fully spec this out like the 295 it is now, I would get a lower restoration for this than if I just spec 100 because the buff gives you so much more. So capitalize on that. Might as well do 100 restoration, precision, might and power, and health. If you're a controller power, I guess go ahead and utilize this. I would say more vitalization because you get your power back quicker. Dominance doesn't really matter if PvP. Just it doesn't. It's kind of sad to say, but it doesn't really help stun them that much. Only thing that really helps is like shields, but then not to such a high degree. Rest of them more helps. Even though dominance should be, but it's whatever at this point. But yeah, the main three, especially if you're a healer or you're a healer power, or really anything general. In general, health, mind power, precision. Healers, restoration, mind power, precision, health. It's subject to what you feel more comfortable with. If you want a little bit more health, go with health. Take out the precision some. But I would definitely recommend your restoration and mind power be key, especially if you're like me and healer or DPS power. If you can heal yourself, definitely mind power is priority though. But yeah, it doesn't change other than that. If I want to, I would take out Carnage or the Shield. Pretty much other than that, I don't really change his loadout. This is what helps me out in my PvP. Even though PvP isn't the greatest, but hey, when you do go up in there, so if you need your feet, your trading wins, whatever, Look, go ahead and get it done, alright? Without further ado, y'all, don't mind my base, alright? This is just extra base I have to respect on. Without further ado, y'all, this is my loadout. Hope you like the video, all that good stuff. Share it out to people if they need help with the nature loadout. Let them know. Also, I will be coming to water loadout, and I will be going back to electricity, celestial, things of that nature. Okay, I'm gonna try to hit all the healing powers. Sorcery will be last, unfortunately for y'all sorcery users, but that's just how the cookie crumbles on this one. All right. Without further ado, y'all, it's your boy Trey TJ, and I'm out. Shalom.